Well, the Atlanta Falcons President of Football position is pretty much gaining steam. They hope to have somebody hired very soon. They brought in candidates such as Ian Cunningham, who is more than likely going to apply for the general manager position as well. He's going to interview for that as well. But ultimately, to me, I feel like he's gave his um, pretty much his blessing for Matt to get the position. Um, but before we get into the tweet by Dianna Russini, y'all take a listen at this.
There's been a lot of talk about Matt Ryan coming back into this organization. I mean, what does someone like that mean here for him to maybe come back into this organization? What would that mean?
Well, Matt is one of the candidates that we're considering, and we'll be interviewing him over the next several days as well. Obviously, I would say he's probably the best player that we've had in our history, going back to 1966. Spent 14 years here, had a great track record. People might ask, well, how does that relate as a player to being able to be an experienced executive in the world of football? And I would say, well, when you lead a locker room of 53 men and you have to work with coaches and you lead a team on the field and you do that for 14 years at the highest level, your EQ and IQ when it comes to football is pretty high, and people. So I would say Matt certainly would bring a lot of those qualities to that position as well. But we have other really good candidates that we're considering too.
So, yeah, he's pretty much giving his blessing for Matt Ryan. That's what I think. That's just my opinion. But as I told y'all on the previous live stream, I feel like it's going to be one of those things, if you know somebody, it's going to be like a connection. It's just a special connection that they're going to have through this process. And like I told you, I feel like they had their mind made up already. But Dianna Russini pretty much telling y'all exactly what I've been saying. Says why to believe around the NFL that Matt Ryan will indeed become the Falcons President of Football. Ryan Poles and Chicago Bears GM Ryan Poles are close friends, been that way since Boston College, we know that. And they told Poles has been helping Matt Ryan on the entire hiring process. So this is what you have friends for, man. When you trying to apply for something new, go to the next level, you got to have friends to get there. And as I told y'all, Ian Cunningham, he's the Bears assistant GM. That's another thing to watch. When you talk about knowing somebody in the world of sports, that's how you get on top, and that's how you get to the next level. Things like this happen. And a little tidbit and a little nugget that me and my boy A1 talked about, and we talked about it on the show as well. Y'all can go check out our last live stream on January 7th, and you'll see exactly what we talked about with this. But to break it down plain and simple, I think it's going to be a connection as to where it's going to be Ian Cunningham at GM. It's probably going to be either Clint Kubiak, or I think it could possibly be a sleeper in Brian Flores, because Brian Flores was Matt Ryan's teammate at Boston College. There's another tie. Then you talk about the defensive side of the ball. Defense could be our identity at this point, and who knows? It may be a good thing. So you look at Jeff Ulbrich not going, not being able to interview for jobs because he's under contract. And I think they're trying to keep him here for the next head coach. So when you look at connections, and Matt Ryan's connected in that as well. Another thing to look out for, Mike McDaniels got fired by the Miami Dolphins. If he doesn't end up as a head coach, I think he'll be in Atlanta as an offensive coordinator. Remember, he was Matt Ryan's quarterback coach in Atlanta. And I got to tell y'all, all this is just tying together. We'll see how it turns out, but this is just my thoughts. But Dianna Russini, she said people around the league think that Matt Ryan, that position is his to lose. Now, Arthur did say they have other candidates, but when you talk about somebody that highly, is the job just tailor-made for him. Y'all tell me what y'all think, man. Drop those comments. Let's debate. Let's have fun as always, man. Y'all know how we do it on Sports Machine. This your boy Antoine Smith signing off. I will holler at y'all soon, man. Peace.